As night swallows day, as dark conquers light, as demons dance drowning in dismal delight, as the grey moon glows gruesome and the dead shadows settle, join us for the Ask Uncle Ben Halloween Special.
Whispers in the dark, whispers in the shadows, whispers in the night, whispers all around, whispers in your heart, whispers in the shadows, whispers deep inside, whispers you'll drown. Whispers on the stairs, whispers in the water, whispers just behind, whispers taking hold, whispers in the air, whispers in your door, whispers in your mind, whispers in your soul. Come dance the dance of Uncle Ben. You'll never see reason or sense again. Your mind shall burn, your eyes shall scream, your sanity shatters this Halloween. Questions fill your mind, questions fill the darkness, questions in the night, questions kill the moon. Opus in the trees, opus underneath, opus in your dreams, opus watching you. Answers lost in time, answers lost in death, answers make you cry, answers make you mad. Lady Bracknell hides, Lady Bracknell dies, Lady Bracknell's eyes watch from her back. Whisper follows you, whisper in the shadows, whisper in the dark, whisper in the night, whisper brings you doom, whisper whistling harrows, whispers in your heart, whispers in your life, whispers in the moon, whispers in the star, whispers in your window, whispers in your house, whispers in your room, head and toe in Marmite's ears, dusty glow, whispers got you now. Come waltz up, whistler, when the night time, the dark time's your only friend. We'll dance till dusk, the dark will taste, together forever in black embrace. Questions for your mind, questions for the darkness, questions in the night, questions for the moon. Some then your night will see Jesus your souls again. Your mind shall burn, your eyes shall taste, together to shatters in black embrace. We seek you, we need you, we'll reach you, we'll teach you, we'll feed you, we'll meet you this Halloween night. The listless, the witless, the whistlers, the whistlers, all Ben's lovely listeners, scream out in the darkness. Almost waiting in the darkness, when it's waiting in the, almost waiting in the Halloween. We'll seek you, we need you, we'll feed you, we'll meet you this Halloween. The whistles, the whispers, all Ben's lovely listeners, scream out now with fright. Ask him, ask him, ask him, ask Uncle, 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 ask Uncle.
Welcome, mortals. Welcome to endless pain and misery. Are you sitting comfortably? No? Good. For your suffering and sadness shall soon know no end. For through me, you enter into a podcast of woe. Through me, you enter into a youth hostel of weeping. Through me, you enter into a second-hand bookshop of reasonable discomfort. Yes, all hope of decent entertainment abandon ye who enter here.
Right, well, I can't keep that up for the next 2 hours. 30 minutes. There's no way this is going to last 2 hours.
Or will it?
Oh, God, don't start that again. Oh, pardon my coughing, won't you? Coughing, you see, because it's Halloween. Oh, please yourselves. Well, you're going to have to, actually, let's be honest. Anyway, welcome, everyone. Everyone, welcome. Thrice ye welcome of welcoming you. I hope you're all immensely well. However, now, no, stop it. No, don't, Mrs. No. Frankie Howard's here. I must start with an apology, however, my lovely listeners, for although this show was going to feature Whistler rather heavily, what with it being the Halloween special and everything, Whistler himself has not bothered to show up. In fact, I haven't seen him since he recorded that opening song. He said he was going to his special place to finally open that letter and find out all his family's secrets. Quite where his special place is, I've no idea. Broadmoor, probably. Or with his recent personality change, possibly a field of golden daffodils. Who knows? Anyway, wherever it is, he hasn't come back from it, so we shall have to carry on without him, I'm afraid.
Good riddance is what I say, hairy, hygieneless hick.
Now, Lady Bracknell, he's not that bad.
Handbag.
Shut your face. Right, we've had lots of spooky questions, so let's light some candles, draw a pentagram on the floor, smear the blood of a 45-year-old Lithuanian virgin all over each other. If you can't afford a 45-year-old Lithuanian virgin, then an OXO cube will do just as well. Sacrifice a chicken Kiev and summon up some ancient, agonizing, apocalyptic answer. Alex writes in, Hello, Alex. Dear Uncle Ben, seeing as this is spooky Halloween, my mind naturally turns to Easter. When magic Lord Jesus, brackets no relation, rose from the dead, what long-gone fashion trend would you resurrect, even if it's a trend that died 10 years ago, this very day? Many thanks, Alex, deceased. Well, Alex, good question. Now, does anyone remember those hyper-coloured t-shirts you used to get? I think it was in the early 90s, possibly late 80s. Anyway, when they got hot, they would slowly transform into brightly coloured jazz musicians from the 1920s. I love those. Picture the scene. You'd be playing outside in the garden, playing French cricket or British bulldog or German surgeons. Ah, the innocence of youth. The smell of freshly squeezed grass and freshly mown lemons filling your young nostrils. When suddenly the sun would appear from behind the clouds, the hazy heat slowly increase, and gradually, oh so gradually, your t-shirt turned into Benny the Bin Bags, or Fingerstraps Sally, or Slow Oboe Joe, or Sideways Alan, or Eddie the Envelope, or whoever it was. Ah, marvellous. And then, of course, a few years after that, they brought out the hydrofoil t-shirts, where when they got wet, you turned into a hovercraft. Ah, happy days, happy, traumatizing days. Don't hit me, Daddy. So, yes, I think I'd bring those back, Alex. Oh, and top hats, canes, and frock coats, obviously. Right, next question. Ruri writes in. Ruri? Sounds like a motorbike. A motorbike's written in. Remarkable. I can hardly believe it. Hardly believe it. Motorbike. Oh, stop it. It's not going to get any better, you know. Suit yourselves. Anyway, Ruri. Ah, it must be Rory, and I've missed an O out. That explains it. Right, so Ruri asks, if a bee stings you, it hurts, and the bee dies. But what happens when a vampire bee stings you? Ooh, that's a very good question. Rural Thursday, or whatever your name is. A vampire bee. The Hives of Dracula, starring Christopher B. I told you so, didn't I? I was walking in the garden, as one does, when my ears detected an eerie buzz. From out of the tulips a creature did rise, and hovered and bothered about mine eyes. It was a bee. It was a vampire bee.
A vampire bee.
It looked quite cute to me.
Quite cute to me.
But then it started buzzing.
Started buzzing.
And then it started to sting. It was painful at first, but when the pain subsided, I saw the vampire bee was in itself divided. Half of it died, and half of it lived. And as for me, well, I turned into a fridge. I was a fridge. I was a vampire fridge.
A vampire fridge.
Not a waffle iron witch.
No, not a witch.
I was a vampire fridge. I was a fridge. I was a vampire fridge.
No, stop that at once. It's too silly even for you. I shan't have it. I shall not have it, I tell you.
Sorry, Lady Bracknell. Quite right. Well, I hope that answered your question. Half the vampire bee dies, the other half doesn't, and everyone else turns into a fridge. Right, moving on. Jen writes in. Hello, Jen. Dear Uncle Ben, I have 3 questions. Ooh, get you. Number 1. If the Babadook and Marmaduke got into a fight, who would win? And what would be the impact on the time-space continuum? That is a difficult one, actually, Jen, because both Marmaduke and the Babadook are extremely boring. So they could bore each other to death, but I think I'd like Marmaduke to win, because he's a cute, big, fluffy doggle, floggle, goggle, hog, etc. Question 2. On that note, who is more annoying? Those kids from the Marmaduke cartoon, or all the vampires from the Twilight series? Well, again, it's close, Jen, it's close, but definitely the vampires from Twilight. And I use the term vampires very loosely indeed. Stupid, shiny, superficial supermodels. Question number 3. On that note, if you absolutely had to choose, would you be on Team Edward or Team Jacob? Edward or Jacob? Oh, is that Jedward? I've heard of them. Enormous hair. Oh, no, I see, it's Twilight. Well, I've not seen or read it, I'm afraid. Well, I'm not afraid, I don't want to watch it. It's dreadful. But I think one is a vampire and one is a hairdresser, is that right? Seems a remarkable basis for a series of novels, but there we are. Anyway, I'm Team Giles every single time.
This could get ugly.
Could it possibly get uglier? I used to be a highly respected watcher, and now I'm a wounded dwarf with the mystical strength of a doily.
Ah, I do love Giles.
I've got piles.
Whistler, it's you!
Yes, I know that.
At least I think it's you. You look a bit, different. Ah, new dress.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry. Bad throat. Must be someone I swallowed.
Delightful as ever. Do you know, Whistler, I'm actually pleased to see you. That's worrying, isn't it, boys and girls? Where have you been, anyway? Oh, and what was in the letter?
Oh, I decided not to open it in the end. It doesn't matter what secrets might be inside. I've got all the family I need right here.
Oh, that's nice. Or sickening, one or the other.
Yes, you've all kept me away. I mean, kept me safe and happy, haven't you? Why would I need my real family? My real family!
Do you want to sit down and talk about it?
No, let's just get on with the show. Oh, I bought you a sandwich, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Get on with the show.
Quite right. Ever the professional. Professional something. And now it's Mummy Ram. Hello, Mummy Ram. Mummy Ram, right. Mummy Ram, Mum, or the fangango. Right. Mummy Ram, I can't say it now. Mummy Ram. Oh yes, thank you, very good.
Thank you. Pleasure. Do you want me to take over?
No, I do not, go away.
Rightio.
Mummy Ram writes, Dear Uncle Ben, quite simply, I want to know, why are pumpkins orange? It's troubled me for years. Well, Mummy Ram, I think the best way to find out why something is orange is to ask something else that's orange. David Dickinson? No, not David Dickinson. Donald Trump? Certainly not. My urine? Oh, dear sweet Moses, no. Let's ask the Oompa Loompas, shall we? Out you come, Oompas! Come on, little Oompas! No, hang on, I'll just get the blow-up doll of Jamie Lee Curtis covered in Ovaltine. Wait a minute. Here we are. Come on, little Oompas! 'Tis Halloween time.
Oompa Loompa Doobity-doo, we've got a spooky song now for you. Oompa Loompa Doobity-ding, it's the history of the mystery of the orange pumpkin. Is it a carrot that we stretch out all wide? Or is it a football with an Oompa inside? Or is it a traffic light that's rolled all around? Or a small glowing sun that fell to the ground? Of course it's not, and you know that. It's a vegetable, you utter twat. Oompa Loompa Doobity-doot. Actually you'll find it's classified as a fruit. Oompa Loompa Doobity-ding. It's orange cause it's filled up with beta-carotene. So is it a Jaffa cake that grew and grew? Or a weird orange alien that's from Doctor Who? Or is it a planet that's been filled with Fanta? Or a Lucasade egg that fell from the stars? I just told you that it isn't that. Please, Willy Wonka, take us back. Oompa Loompa, pumpkins are friends. We love them as much as we love our Uncle Ben. Oompa Loompa Doobity-die. We're the Oompa Loompas. We say goodbye.
We're sad to leave, but we must go.
We hope you enjoyed our parts of the show.
Doobity-bye. Thank you, Whompers. Thank you so much. I love you too. Oh, and I can tell you that I've heard back from Mr. Wonka, and he's coming to pick you up tomorrow.
I thought you were Mr.
Shut it, Lady Bracknell.
Charming, I'm sure.
We'll all be sad to see you go, Whompers.
Whompers said too. Whompers love.
Being orange. Whistler. Using rice pudding is lubricant. Shut up, Whistler. Sorry, Whompers. Oh, and I have the letter from Mr. Wonka. It's in the other room if you want to read it.
Willy Wonka, yes please.
I'll take them.
Ah, thanks, Whistler. Right, time for some Simon. Simon writes, Dear Uncle Bindo, if there's a place beyond hope, beyond need, beyond hate, can that place be reached by Greater Anglia before peak time? And if so, is it Swindon? I'm not sure it's Swindon.
I'm banned from Swindon.
You surprise me. Do I want to know why?
Something I did in W.H. Smith, involving a pot of blue ink, 3 protractors and a lever arch file.
Delightful. Out of interest, Whistler, is there anywhere you're not banned from?
The Isle of Mull, or Italy, I can never remember which.
The two are easily confused.
Anyway, come on, little umpers, come on, come with Uncle Whistler.
Yes, off you go now.
Anyway, trains.
We regret to announce that the 1847 service to King's Lynn has been delayed by approximately 16 hours. This is due to severe inbreeding. The buffet car is located somewhere between Stowmarket and my grandmother. Please do not leave poor people unattended. Who knows what they'll get up to. This is the 1449 service to Norwich, calling at Colchester, Ipswich, Diss, Molefield Brackets, Lonely Old Age-on-Sea, and finally, the 1970s. This carriage is for complete arseholes only. Please sit on the outermost seat with your legs sticking out into the aisle and place your bag on the seat next to you. The next train to arrive at platform 3 probably won't turn up, and if it does, there'll be nowhere to sit. Apart from the 600 first-class carriages, which you are not allowed in, even though they are, of course, completely empty. This train terminates here. Please alight. After you have alighted, you will need to work 3 jobs simultaneously for at least 6 months before you can afford a ticket to go back the other way. Thank you. We would like to apologise for our terrible and vomit-inducingly expensive service. This is due to us being complete bastards. Have a nice day. Ah, the British train system. You just can't beat it, can you? Except in every other country in the world. Sorry, Simon, but I think you're going to have to walk.
I'll walk just behind you if you like. In the shadows, you'll never see me.
Oh, you're back, Whistler. Jolly good. You've got something on your dress, and no, I don't want to know what it is.
Oh, thanks. Delicious.
Holy Mary, Mother of Joseph and the Four Tops.
Right, is it time for my show now? I've got my bit of the show, yes?
Well, unfortunately, yes. But why are you asking me that? What is wrong with you today?
Right, my show.
Oh, God help us all. Good luck, everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I like that. He's creepy and he's rapey and probably ate a baby. He's filled with filth and rabies. The Uncle Whistler Show. Good evening, my syphilitic sex slaves. No! Oh, you're always spoiling it then. Good evening, my luscious, lactating lesbians. No! Oh, for God's sake, hemorrhaging homos? Absolutely not. Fine. Good evening, my insane inquirers. Much better, yes. Yeah, boring bastard. Yeah. Bastard. And welcome to my show.
It's my show, it's my show! Yes, we know it's your show, you typhoid-tasting tramp.
Oh, shut up. I hope you're tiling the bathroom.
Tiling the bathroom.
Oh, I forgot how to read there, sorry. I hope you're...
Stop laughing. I'm not laughing, you're laughing. Oh, well, you're laughing. No, I'm not. Right. It's not... No, nothing to do with tiling.
I hope you're enjoying this horrific, haunted Halloween.
And you haven't had your family ruined by a deranged, self-centered imbecile who sits surrounded by utter morons and tells people what to do. Mister, are you all right? Honestly, we can't do this show. No, I'm fine. Shut up. Oh, sorry. Right, okay, questions there.
Andy writes in, Dear Uncle Crunk, what is up with all these ridiculously incompetent oven designers?
Oh, a question on everyone's lips. I'll be on your lips in a minute. Like many other right-minded people, I enjoy feasting on small children. You're quite right, Andy. And have constructed a mid-sized gingerbread house in the woods to ensnare the tasty little rascals. Now, I'm not one to complain, but thanks to Brexit, fattening up the cherubs comes at no small price, I can tell you. And what really takes the biscuit, however, is that when they are finally primed and ready, I can't squeeze even one of them into the damn oven. The door is just too small. Initially, I had an Arga, and have since tried upgrading to an industrial-sized catering oven, but that just increased my running costs with no benefits whatsoever. Also, which of these idiot designers decided that the only way to light the gas involves crawling into the very back of the oven? It's an accident waiting to happen. Please offer some advice, as I am literally wasting away here. Yours, etc., Andy. Oh, Andy is clearly a deranged evil witch after my own heart. Well, I'm afraid, Andy, that this is just another example of how these companies give no thought to the massacring of children when they design their products. Have you ever tried to fit a baby in a toaster? It's nigh on impossible, and most freezers aren't big enough either. I blame the EU because I'm insane. But one piece of advice I can give you is that when you go to light your oven, make sure you haven't tied the children up or anything and they're just running around free. Oh, and cover yourself in cooking oil before you climb in there. You're welcome. Excuse me, mister. What happened to the Mr. Nice Guy routine?
Oh, shut your face, it's Halloween. Right, next question. Dear Uncle Bimbo, my house is built on the site of an ancient porn film studio. So I am forever coming home to find apparitions shagging the spooky nuts off each other. Oh, this is bad enough in itself, but imagine my surprise last Thursday when I plopped into my favourite armchair with a cup of biscuit.
Will you stop laughing? This is my show. A cup of biscuit. Shut up! Alright, get on with it. I'm getting on with it. Right. I'll recap it. Last Thursday, when I popped into my favourite armchair with a cup of biscuit, only to find I was being rogered by the poltergeist of John Donkey, who had died in a felching accident on the set of... Stop laughing all the time. Sorry, you're laughing as well. I'm not laughing. You are. I'm not. Who died in a felching accident on the set of Splat on My Back in 1972. Oh, that's a good one. I remember that one. Also, do you have any suggestions for removing the ectoplasm which gets all over the walls and drips from my IKEA chandelier? You're laughing again, so are you. Shut up. Oh, shut up. You shut up. No, I won't. Oh, right. I don't know what happened anymore. Right. Ooh, I like IKEA chandelier. Yours gingerly, Egbert Platypus.
IKEA chandelier, my IKEA chandelier. All my Marks and Spencer's fences, oh my Astor pasta, oh my little griddle delights me.
Shut up doing a song in the middle of my show. It's my show, I'll rip your lungs out. Welcome back, Whistler. Anyway, Egbert, the best way to remove ectoplasm is to add your own to it and dab it lightly with a spunk sponge. Right, I hope that helps. Now that's all from my show now. What? No thoroughly disturbing song? No traumatising Broadway ballad? No revealing emotional rap? No, I've told you, I've got a bad throat and I can't walk properly or something. Anyway, that's all from me, so why don't you all just follow
Around in flowers with her, he doesn't walk, he slithers. He like to eat your livers. The Uncle Whistler Show.
Well, thank you, Whistler, I think. I just can't quite get my head round you, nor would I want to, especially without some sort of protective helmet, but you really are definitely being weirder than usual. I just can't put my finger on it, nor would I want to do that either. Anyway, our next question comes from...
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you, my dear fellow, but I'm afraid you simply must come with me.
What? What's wrong? Lady Bracknell, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Just please come with me, dear boy. It's the Umpus.
The Umpus? What do you mean it's the Umpus? Umpus? Umpus, where are you? Umpus!
Oh my God. What happened? The blood, there's so much blood. I found them like this a few moments ago. But, my dear boy, I'm so sorry, but they're asking for you.
Umpus, what are you doing? What's happened?
Who's done this to you? Who's done this to you?
Umpus stabbed. Umpus lost. Umpus died.
No, you can't. Please, it's alright. It's alright. It's okay. I'll get help.
Too late for Umpus. Umpus go great chocolate factory in the sky. Umpus thank Uncle Ben. Umpus love Uncle Ben.
Please. Who's done this?
Whistler stab Umpus. Umpus go now. Say goodbye to Mr. Wonka. Do pretty. Bye.
No, please, God, please don't die, please. I never told you. I never told you.
Stay with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Please don't go. You don't know. You have been my joy and inspiration. We can play every day in this crazy world of my creation. Please, my friends, it can't end. Stay with me. I'm sorry. I'm being selfish. You've taught me so much. I have to let you go. Close your eyes and you'll fly to a world of pure imagination. Now it's time to say goodbye. You will stay in my imagination. Please.
Doopity die.
You did this. You monster. I thought you changed. I thought you didn't want to be the bad guy anymore, that you wanted... And now this? I gave you every chance, but you have to be stopped. You have got to be stopped.
Oh, please. Don't you know we all turn into our mothers? Some more than others.
Your voice, that's not... You're not whistling, your beard.
Well, I don't think I need this anymore. I want you to see the real me as I end your pathetic, miserable, deluded, stolen little life.
Oh my God, it's you. It's you. No, it can't be. It can't be. No, please, no.
Oh, I'm afraid it is. 1, 2, Whistler's mother's coming for you.
No, what have you done with Whistler? Where's Whistler?
And it's goodbye from Uncle Ben. Bye, murdery, bye. No, Whistler!